My major hyperfixation is maps, street directories, road atlases like these ones, but mainly street directories, and it gets insane. They have to be on a huge scale. Like this here is a whole city. Every map joins and then they work together to go onto my wall, and all the roads follow each other. But I didn't stop there. Roads after highways, after beaches, after hospitals, after high schools and national parks and camping grounds. I had to make a rail network for it and do a transit map. So after doing all this mapping and more and kind of like scaring a few psychologists like what's he doing, and I must say that the colors are a bit crisper and I'm learning a lot more, and I'm putting some more lore into it, like Fort Sandwich with a Playmobil family fun resort, Mango Mania, and a prison and a cruise terminal and an autist village for people who want to go to camp Happy Autism and just live a great life, doing large scale botanical gardens, and putting some more urban planning thought into how I do my maps. And I started working on my first grid. I do all of this freehand, no erasers and no rulers. It allows me to be highly creative. I could do a map and not eat, sit in that chair until I was finished. It was hard to make me budge. And I've made a little map studio with all my stationery and shaving box into a Lego container. Welcome to Phoenix Ridge, the city that is growing more dystopian by the day. And if you want to enter my new city, you start on Challenger Road, where trucks and buses must use low gear. Be careful of the water on the road that may impede and be slippery as you fall into the Blood Fall River there. Dun dun dun. And then as you come in down Challenger Road, you end up at Sadness Point, where you can go for some picnic, or you can stay at the caravan park, or warning, strong rips, don't get sucked out to sea, where you may end up at the rocks out here on Phoenix Sea. Or if you've got some money, you might want to buy a new house in Appleyard, where you can have your neighbours literally like a metre away from you in those ticky-tacky sort of houses. Or maybe you'll be hauled into the police station here and have a court attendance in the suburb of Australia's. Or you may want to put your children and enroll them into the Will Smith's Middle School. And then the map ventures on to the train maintenance yard, the Phoenix Ridge Transit Authority, and you can come over to my favourite suburb here, Emile Bay, which on one side has the swimming facilities and where you can go surfing at Egg Bay, or you can catch a charter boat over to Little Santon Beach and you can look out at all the swimmers that got stuck in the rip in Australia and are now drowning and getting eaten by sharks. Or you can take a leisurely swim in the swimming enclosure here and look at all the rich snobs at Emile Bay Grammar rowing and getting their abs all ripped up. And here is the fishing club right next to Little Emile Beach, and high boat traffic here. Don't get hit. Emile Bay has had like multiple murders already. And then you can come down to Parish Woods and see some of the sea life in the biodiversity zone. Once again, high boat traffic, but there is a dive site right next to Sunken Bay. And this map heads over to Fort Sandwich, which is the tourist trap destination of the city, where the maybe evil mayor, but he thinks he's actually benevolent, thinks that all the tourists are the filling to his sandwich, and he has done some dodgy development applications, allowing in the Playmobil family fun resort, Mango Mania tourist trap theme park, where it's got a toboggan run right next to the big mango, and you can catch the private tourist train all the way up to Fort Sandwich here and buy some cheap souvenir rubbish. And you can go go-karting. There's also the Liam Perez waste treatment plant, which the mayor somehow decided to allow to be built right next door to the local Catholic primary school. And raw sewage here is dumped out right at Cheryl's Beach, and you get a strong scent at the Hibana Beach Surf Club there. But if that's not your flavour, you can come down into the playing fields, or you can shop at the Westfield, or why not stay at the caravan park, or go visit the Pioneer Safari Park. Spitway is the council here. And over here is that Emile Bay Grammar that I was telling you about, with their ritzy school facilities and another rowing shed. right across the road from a golf course and a nice new housing estate suburb here called Alderborough. And you can tell that it's middle to upper class because it has a Hillsong church. Nothing says middle to upper class like a Christian church. And then we can head over into the urban sprawl here, where we have the Paddy Jr. Memorial Pet Gardens after my beloved autism assistance dog who recently passed away in Burbage Valley. And it's right next to a pretty cool place as well, the Community Train Workshop, where you can go there just as a standard citizen and start working on some trains and get some knowledge. And it starts going down right next to the Botanical Gardens, which is one of my favorite drawings so far. And we have the Sir Miller River going through it. And these little purple hashes there are slow zones, meaning that it's kind of half pedestrian, half car. You've got to go super slow at the Botanical train station. And this is all the urban sprawl. All these houses will pretty much all look the same. Absolutely disgusting. We've got another winding road going up here. And this road may actually close now due to rock slides, but you do have horse riding if you're willing to come up here to the Several Wolves National Park is the name of this one. And as you head over from Burbage, we enter into Emile Bay, the University of Science, maybe, and then over to Apple Oceania and their headquarters and a new interchange that is opening. And we have a transit orientated zone here, which means we've got shopping, businesses, a train station, high-rise, residential, a motorway heading into there. And we have another ritzy suburb over here called Parchment Point with Parchment Lakes Road that heads through a nice gorge going through here. And you can actually drive down and go to a little beach here at Sapers Beach. And this heads over past Sanders Point into Redgum and my infamous autism village, which has everything to cater for people that are neurodivergent. And it's just a happy place. And that's next to Redgum. We can go to the Performing Arts High School, and there's another town centre and a Bradman Oval. We've got some industry down here as well with oil refineries next to Thymere Lake where the oil containers can come in, and a train line that comes close to it. And we've also got a family pineapple plantation. Don't know what family has to do with it. Another housing estate. And we have Toby Trolley Co. historical sheds next to the Bison Mangrove wetlands. No boats, no swimming, thank you. Doing these little zones are just fantastic. Little tourist places or special attractions. They're one of the most fun things about doing mapping, coming up with a variety of things and making the place just super interesting. Right next to the red gum llama and alpaca. This map then continues on to probably lower to middle class in this area in a suburb called Venstuff, but it does have a new tram area. I've got a little tram insert up here which I had super fun doing. It's always good to see these in maps, like an insert of all the tram stops. See these little trams here with the numbers. The number 6 indicates that's Thomas Street there. And we have a prison on here too, the Loudmouth Correctional Facility with an abandoned lighthouse. Pretty scary, hey? It's got a general population wing. It has Supermax, where all the dangerous Phoenix Ridge bad citizens have ended up. I wonder if the mayor of Fort Sandwich will end up there one day. It's right next to the cruise terminal, and I think this is kind of cool having the tram network start at the cruise terminal in Glenburn. And we have a super Bunnings here, then staff Bunnings, and a trade entrance right next to a office works as well. And all these black roads are pedestrian roads, means they're closed to cars. Delivery vehicles can go down them or removalists, but that's about it, and service ones. These maps are still yet to be done, and here is a current one. You can see what they kind of look like. We're starting to develop a Chinatown at the Shi Qing Shi Huandai Temple and Gardens. They've also got their own pedestrian zone there, and the tram network finishes here. Golden Dragon Public School, where it's got the smartest kids in the whole of Phoenix Ridge in this place, right next to the China markets. And this is also next to the Jenkins Jurassic Park Dinosaur Park, which has a different building for each era of the dinosaurs. So the Fran Tar Pits, Stego Lake, and a swim zone with a Triceratops hot spring, and you can stay in the Stego Suites. This also has an
sporting facility up here, the Common Capitalist Inc. Dino Stadium in the Sam Neill Parklands,
where major sporting teams play there. And this is the second map that I'm working on, where the Botanical Gardens continues in Wattle Grove Botanical Gardens. We've got some greenhouses here, Mallard Duck Island, where you can't enter that section if you're canoeing through here. Little walks that you can take along the Sir Miller River, picnic spots, pollinator gardens, bird enclosures. We have an art gallery, then we have a youth art gallery, which I think is a great idea to separate the art, right down to a miniature city and flower garden at Lancaster Green. And then we end up with another big Bunnings mega centre. And then we head into Paradise Bay, which is going to be a bit sleazy, some dodgy, unscrupulous characters, casinos. We have big Newport Beach. There you go, there's the casino right on the boardwalk and the plaza. And then we have ferry stops that come in with a road that heads through a tunnel in the water from an island on Dormant Island. And then we have Boyd Island National Park, which has a few forts on it and a nice little walk. And that comes down to some pretty big hospitals. We have the Children's Hospital, the Normal Hospital, and the Private Hospital, all competing for your business. So can you see now why these two art diaries are so valuable to me? I will never part with them.